So you can kind of see it, right? That we asked, why did they have to walk away? And that as this is happening, that they're going away, going up to the mountaintop to consider, which, by the way, I wanted to throw in, this card is a lot similar to the Welsh Hermit card, where we see, I believe you pronounce it Mithrin. I'll have to recheck, but Merlin and Welsh is said differently. Anyway, and he's like gone up to this mountaintop, kind of looking out over the community to consider. So it does have that caterpillar butterfly feel. It does have that Capricornian feel, or even hermit kind of feeling. And then out here, though, right? So this kind of like represents what was down in the village actually going on, was something suspicious, right? Something with a strange flavor that carried a heavy weight mentally and physically for probably everyone. Okay? And there just had to be this probably knowing, right? But there wasn't. That's why they had to walk away. And this is probably, instead of talking about a new beginning, would have probably been talking about them like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Which, it's not funny, but, you know, it's like someone grabbing the parachute saying, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was. But then you have to say, well, does that mean that I shouldn't have been there? You know what I mean. So, and here we have this king who's, you know, this is the king of truth to me. So let's just look a little more closely, at least get one card with this seven of spades, of swords, with this jack, because it's, you know, confirming that it wasn't just this person's fault, that there were other people at play and that brought this heaviness. So I got some clarity on what's going on in this situation, because I feel like it's really important, as these two energies surrounding such potential threat kind of energy is really bad, right? And we got the Ace of Hearts, which is the Holy Grail, and the Four of Wands. So this makes no sense, right? To be experiencing this, and then to help us understand why this is happening, is because, you know, this is like a marriage. This is the true community, a proposal. So, you know, why there would be this potential deception going on. And this is really the heart of the matter. Then what's the need? Basically, this is almost like an illusion, right? All I can say is getting these two cards in such a pile of shit feeling, that's really good vibes, which means that it doesn't matter that they walked away. There's going to be fulfillment. There's going to be an overflow, good community, good vibes, and new growth, possibly even marriage. So now I'm just gonna, I'll get one card of confirmation. So basically what I'm seeing is whatever was that creepy energy is being used for good, right? Because good is somehow going to come out of it. But before understanding this, let me tell you, this is creepy, okay? Because of the cards that surround it, something's not right, and everyone's trying to figure it out. Okay, Nine of Wands, that's defending, you know, what you have created, and it's feeling that the odds are against you. In my tarot deck, though, it's like you combine friendship with someone who would be an enemy to protect yourself from other enemies, which can be explaining a lot as well. So, yeah, that definitely gives more information. Now let's take a minute to see if there will be reunion. I have to say, I'm very surprised that such a suspicious energy as Nine of Spades with this kind of like messenger, this young person, this usually it would be a young boy. We have 10 wands, kind of heaviness, and then, you know, 7 swords, which is something up that you don't know about, a secret plan, you know, is very suspicious. But to get something, an explanation of that, that's, you know, 4 of Wands and Ace of Hearts is very positive energy. So it's either using something that was really bad to benefit everyone somehow, or the damn thing could have been an illusion altogether. You know, I don't know. And that's part of the reading where we see like these people all having to think of this, because it's suspicious. Before I check if there will be a reunion, I would like to see, I think we've seen why. If you check the long reading, I believe we've seen why they walked away. Okay. But I want to know if this character is friend or foe. Now, just in having to ask if someone is friend or foe really answers the question a lot, too. That they had to walk away because they didn't know who was their friend and who was their foe anymore, right? So is this person friend or foe? We see the King of Diamonds, 10 of Hearts, Jack of Hearts, 4 of Wands. Okay, this goes right back to the explanation of this character being the Ace of Hearts and the 4 of Wands. This is the ultimate gift of oneself to another. And I don't know if this is saying that this king used this individual to create this happily ever after. I mean, because this is offering one's heart, one's soul, one's eternal covenant, you know. This would be like the king offering that and asking for someone's hand. Like, this is romantic. This is about union, right? Because that was going to be my next question. But this is so out of place. Like, who, you know? So it makes me wonder if this was just an illusion. You know, because the Bible says things about being tested, right? But since we can't really know that, what I do see is that this king would have used this, because remember, what we saw about this character was 10 wands, 9 swords, and the 7 of swords, okay? Which is definitely someone who's up to no fucking good. So, but somehow this king, because we got him twice, and we got this twice too, this king is using it to give a divine, eternal covenant of love, like offer of love. And this is almost like the community being involved as well. Yeah. Because of the way this progresses from King, 10, Jack, like he's going to, there's a divine purpose for sure. Very interesting, right? And I guess it's of note, we had 5 of Cups. This is talking about the opposite of that, right? Like the breaking of a union. And then we have this crying queen here. So that's probably another reason they walked away, right? They felt like the bond they had made was broken. It doesn't mean that it was, but it certainly may have appeared that way. Very interesting, right? Okay. All right, this is going to be great. I asked, does the person come back? Is there going to be a divine reunion? And these are the cards I got. This is the card that ended up at the top of the deck. This is the innocent, pure one. This is the fairy that is the fool. and she is happy. It's a very Gemini kind of card. It's all about that youthfulness, that fun. You know, it has that hippie flower child vibe that I love so much, where you're going on an adventure, you know. You're going to travel, you're going to play. It's creative. It's all about fun, you know. You definitely want to use any wisdom you've gained, though, because there are pitfalls in this world all the time, and you have to keep your eyes on that fun and that playfulness, which I think comes very naturally here with this energy. Shit, this is also the energy of a new beginning, so I really think as a start, this is saying that whatever happened in that situation is really over with for now, because there's good new vibes coming in for a new adventure, right? All right, let's see what we got. First card we got, when I asked, will there be a divine reunion? Does this person come back? We got the Star. And if you watch my long version of this reading, you'll see that we also got the Star. Excuse me. Okay, sorry, I had to finish my coffee there. So this is all someone has gained and learned from this situation. I already know because we did get this card when I asked about this in the 50-minute reading that I did. So, you know, here you have learned how to replenish your own waters. You have learned that everything is an illusion except for what you know is reality. And that's how you have heaven in your heart. You replenish your own waters. This is like the well of your heart, right? And this is also the wishing well. This is the Nine of Hearts. This is the place to be. It's the Garden of Eden. And to me, I see that ability of focusing on what matters, because there's that essence of temperance pouring from one picture into something else. This is a card of healing, okay? So if we're asking if there's going to be a divine reunion and the person come back, then yes, because there's going to be healing and there's going to be replenishment, and maybe even like the calm after the storm. It's this land of perpetual twilight kind of feeling. So it's really, really nice. The next card we got is the Five of Diamonds. What this tells me is that just because there might be healing and divine reunion doesn't mean the problem is gone. This card in my tarot deck represents the snake. This can be a feeling of loss. So even if there is something still there, you may feel like it's lost, right? You might feel like the enemy is still slithering all around, and it feels bad, but it isn't going to matter to you. You might know it's there, but that is not your focus, so it's not your reality. You stay in the garden, you replenish your waters, and most likely that might even happen to be where you do it together, okay? And you can know this is here, but it doesn't have to bring you down or really affect you. I really like thinking of staying in the garden because, you know, as long as you don't turn around, it's just like in the Bible, don't turn around. If you focus on that at all, you can turn into a pillar of salt, you know what I mean? You don't want that. So, yeah, let's see what else. Let's see what this card is. So, will there be a divine reunion and they come back? We have the Eight of Wands, which is resolution, moving fast, especially in regard to love, okay? This could even be answers involving this Five of Pentacles situation, this feeling of loss, right? Because this is a fire that burns quickly, and it's passionate, especially if it's dealing with love and reunion. It would be highly romantic. Okay, the Four of Hearts is the feeling that something's missing. The Four of Hearts says that there's just bummer vibes where you feel like this couldn't be fixed, right? This is like the missing Holy Grail card. You wanted something, but it's not what you got. You're bored. You can't find the cup. Okay? Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Seven is about protection. So, looking at this further, it seems like this passion is going to come in fast, but it's coming from a place of feeling at loss, feeling like there was an enemy in the midst, and really being dissatisfied and not feeling replenished, right? In that special place, having that overflow of that Ace of Cups. But we did see that it's coming because the situation was being used to bring that, because we did get Ace of Cups and Four of Wands. So I would say, even if divine union doesn't occur, one will feel satisfied within themselves. But this Eight of Wands does whisper of rising above, right? Like the fire burning above the emptiness and the loss, the enemies and the dissatisfaction, right? And this fire with this replenishment of the crystal waters of one's soul would feel good, would feel inspiring. Gosh, you know, this vibe is like after you give birth to a baby, okay? And it feels good. And here, this card can represent protection. In my tarot deck, it shows all of these lizards that have come out to protect something that matters to them. In the Rider-Waite, we see this guy, like, he's at an advantage point and he's fighting off all these people. But the truth is, the secret of that card is you may not need to be involved with that at all. So yeah, I'm really seeing this fire like rise above, and this focus being really strong on healing, replenishment, on what matters, and especially with these good vibes. Now, I cannot confirm that a divine union, reunion would occur, but it definitely seems to have been hinted at it, because we did get that king, right, with the Ten of Hearts, giving a proposal, coming in and offering his love with the Knight of Hearts. And we saw this bad situation being used for this kind of like proposal, this Ace of Cups, right? But it's still missing here when we're asking about a reunion, okay? And it might be because I really can't see. Let's just get a couple more cards. You know, I think that it could probably occur if one doesn't try to fight all of these stabs, you know. Throw the fucking staff, or no, better yet, be like the Fool, put your book bag or tie the handkerchief or whatever it's called to the end of your stick. That sounds really weird. And leave that be, okay? Because it's empty. Let these fires of passion rise above with staying in the land of perpetual twilight. And we have the Queen of Fire. So, you know, you can't really have a Queen of Fire without hold on. Okay, I got some creepy vibes. I started thinking, well, is this where this queen, because of focusing on the right thing and this kind of flame and fast-moving passion, really helps you rise above enemies, loss, emptiness, and feeling threatened, you know? But I thought, well, wait a minute, though, because that could represent the enemy. I wasn't sure, but it doesn't, because this would be a confrontation, okay, that occurs between these two knights that leads to the Ace of Cups. So what's coming in for you is meant for you, and there is going to be some kind of divine reunion. There is this need for either help or a need to walk away from something on your own. And yeah, this fire is going to burn, right? And it looks like a third party will probably be cut off, because this card is about the divine union between two people. And I really was hoping I saw that card for a second time, and indeed I did. So I hope you enjoyed this. You mean everything to me. Rainbow kisses for all eternity. Mwah.